Welcome to Growing Younger podcast, where we guide you through your journey of reaching your fitness goals after 40. Hi guys, today's topic is going to be 5 common fitness motivation killers after the age of 40. Now, I'm going to give you, this is based on my experience in the fitness industry, and I'm going to give you 5, in my opinion, biggest obstacles to getting motivated after the age of 40. Now, I believe the first one and the last one are the biggest ones. And for which, with each motivation killer, I'm going to give you a solution that may help you overcome this particular motivation killer. Okay, so we'll start with number one. Number one is being surrounded by the wrong crowd. Okay, so what I mean by that is we are, whether you like it or not, are always affected by people who are close to us. Okay, so for example, if our partner or maybe even our colleagues at work, if they're not healthy, if they eat rubbish, if they're not exercising, there's a very high chance that will have a negative impact on your decision whether to get healthy or not. Okay, so mostly subconsciously, you kind of either go up or descend down to the level of the people that you are surrounded with. Okay, so there's a saying that you are an average of your 5 best friends or the 5 people closest to you, and it is true with in different aspects of life, health, fitness, money, relationships. You are generally an average of the 5 people that are closest to you. Okay, so look, if it's your family, it's probably very little that you can do about it. If there's a relative that sort of has a bit of a negative impact on you when it comes to fitness, maybe just spending a little bit less time with them might be a good idea. I've had people who purposefully quit their job to move to a more positive environment because at their old job they used to have people bringing cakes and eclairs and drink Coke and all sorts of unhealthy high calorie foods during lunch, and they sort of felt almost pressured into eating those bad kind of foods as well. So do what you can, try to distance yourself if you can from the people that are having that sort of negative influence on you when it comes to health and fitness. Now, the second thing that may actually have a negative impact on your motivation is the belief. You may have a belief that fitness has to be hard, or you possibly might have had a bad experience in the past where maybe a gym instructor or personal trainer have given you the wrong type of exercises. They might have not tailored the exercises to your level of fitness, and you might have possibly got an injury. You might have gotten sore the next day, and from that moment on, you became demotivated because of that bad experience. Now, getting fit and getting healthier doesn't have to be hard. Okay, yes, that you have to be a bit disciplined, that you have to be consistent, but it doesn't have to be painful. It doesn't have to be extreme. You don't have to push your body to the breaking point. Essentially, I think this is a very common urban myth, is that you have to really push yourself really hard in order to get healthy, in order to get fit. This is not the case. You start where you feel comfortable, and then consistently over time you gradually increase the intensity as your body gets stronger and gets fitter. Okay, so you don't have to be in pain in order to be healthier. So the next one on my list is going to be a lack of a clear why. Okay, so let me explain. So when you embark on a fitness journey, I can tell you right now, there will be days when the going gets a little bit tough. Okay, so you might wake up in the morning and you may not feel like going for that morning walk or run. You may not feel like eating the healthy food. So to get you past those tough moments, it's very important to have a big reason. a big reason why you want to be healthier, why you want to live longer, why you want to be stronger, whatever your fitness goals are, okay? And a good example of a why would be, a lot of people come to us at Growing Younger because they want to live longer, to be around for their family. They want to be functional so they can spend quality time with their kids, grandkids. For other people, it might be they might have a sort of a physically challenging overseas trip planned in a year's time or something along those lines. We had a couple who booked a trip to go to climb Mount Kilimanjaro. And when they started with us, they were nowhere near where they had to be in order to be able to do that. And they successfully climbed Mount Kilimanjaro. It did take them about, I think from my memory, about 8 or 9 months to get to that fitness level, but they accomplished what they wanted to accomplish, which is great. So another fitness killer is it's something that we hear a lot. People say, I hate gyms. And again, some of the time it's just a bad experience they might have had in the gym before, or they just have this inner belief, probably maybe somewhat unjustified, that gyms, they would feel uncomfortable in the gym. But either way, look, if you don't like gyms, you don't have to go to a gym to get fit, okay? There's other ways you can do this, okay? You can train with a personal trainer at home. You can do home-based workouts. You can, for cardio purposes, you can enjoy a game of tennis or badminton with your friends. You do need some strength component as well. But you, again, like if you really hate gyms, you can do it at home, okay? I do think that gyms are probably a little bit more effective because it brings a bit of structure to your workouts. But hey, look, if you really can't stand the idea of going to the gym, that's okay. Just do it at home. Do it with whatever environments that you feel comfortable with. And look, this is actually part of the reason why we started Growing Younger, is because a lot of people over 40, they hate gyms because when they come to a gym, a typical gym, they are surrounded by the youngsters that are posing in front of the mirror. They have to listen to this loud music that they don't like. The whole environment is just very kind of hostile almost, right? So they feel pretty intimidated. So the reason why we started Growing Younger is to provide a safe, comfortable environment for people over 40 to have a workout. So not all gyms are the same. I guess this is my point. So discover the gym in your area which might be more suitable, maybe more tailored for your demographic. Okay. And the last, which I think is pretty important motivation killer, is people who have this saying, when they think about starting something great, getting fitter, getting stronger, getting healthier, suddenly they hear this voice inside their head that says, now is not the right time. So when is the right time? The reality is, your ducks will never perfectly line up. Something will always happen. And the other thing to think about, even if you think that right now is the challenging time of your life, you think it's not a good time to start a fitness journey. But think about it this way. If you started when things are harder, okay? If you make it work, if you get on your fitness journey when things are a little bit more challenging, when things get easier in your life and you are less busy, things will get even easier. And when things get tough again, you know that you've already done this before. So that won't be a problem. But if you start when things are easy, the chances are the first time you get too busy, something happens, and you'll be more likely to switch off and get off the track and stop your fitness training. Do you see my logic here? If you start when things are harder, you're more likely to continue with your fitness the next time when things get harder for you again, because life is full of peaks and troughs. Let's face it, life always has busier moments, less busy moments. Things happen, unpredictable things happen. So despite what happens in your life, you should be able to continue with at least some form of fitness, because your fitness is not there for a week or a month, it's there forever. You should be doing something to keep yourself healthy for the rest of your life. So try not to say now is not the right time, because when is the right time? It's never the right time. Okay, so hopefully all these things help. And as I said, these are the 5 most common things that we come across that decrease motivation to exercise, motivation to get healthy in people over 40. Okay, all the best, and I'll speak to you on the next podcast.